Nuffinbutfishing thing.
Don't always eat your crusts. Can make your hair curly.
Morning everyone. You join me on a glorious sunny November day. It's towards the end of November actually, and I haven't been fishing for a couple of weeks because unfortunately I had norovirus. If any of you know what that is, you'll know exactly why I didn't go fishing. And unfortunately that was followed up with a severe case of man flu, which I'm just about getting over. So I fancy getting out on the bank, but I didn't want to sit around getting cold. So I'm going into Bath, I'm going to fish along the canal. I've got barely any stuff with me, and I've got little spinners and stuff, and I'll be after some of the perch. Something I've never done before, but I am quite hopeful. I know there's lots of perch in there, and it'd just be really cool to catch a different species I don't normally go for, and on a method I've never caught fish before. I've never caught fish on a spinner. Like I said, it's nice and warm, it's sunny out, and it's going to be a nice walk around Bath with a little rod, my Ibiza rod may I add, and fingers crossed we'll have a good session. So let's get into Bath and beat the Christmas shoppers. We're nearly parked. As soon as we're parked, we can go fishing. Just park! Yeah, go on, you're alright. Someone taking up 4 attempts to reverse into an open bay. Come on! What are you doing? It's shocking how some people have a driving licence. He says whilst drinking a cup of tea driving. Oh, it's a woman. Shouldn't laugh. Oh, she's quite good looking actually, so I'll let her off. Let's go fishing.
I brought out the Ibiza rod once again. I managed a 16.5 common carp on it, so it's only about 4 foot and bent all the way to the reel, but it did the job. So it's very, very light. It should be perfect for perch and things. I've kind of no idea what I'm doing, to be honest. On a bit further. Doesn't seem to be much action here. So a few fish follow, but nothing to take. So I might come back to this point at some point. Just going to keep on keeping mobile. There's a lot of boats up here, so features the fish may hold up under. Give it another try. And also this bit up here is a bit more in the sun, so might warm up a bit more. It's a beautiful day. Hello. Do you know where the perch are? I'm struggling to catch them. Right, so I was fishing with a dace type lure or spinner. I've switched back over to this one. I hope you can see that. Very bright coloured, just a bit murky the water, and I'm talking to someone that fishes this quite often, saying if the water's a bit murky, try a bright coloured one. If it's clear, go for more natural. So I've tried natural, got a few fish follow, but I'm starting to get fish follow, but they're not taken, so I'm seeing if something a bit brighter might spur them on. Let's try this again. Again, only a tiddler, let's get him in the sun for you. But my second fish on a lure. I'm happy with that. Let's slip him back. Another one. A tiny little stripey. Happy days. Can't see it on the GoPro because it's so wide angle. There's a kingfisher on that wall over there. There he goes. Just been watching him catching fish as well. Doing a much better job of it than I am. He's now sat up on that tree. I have to start making our way back soon. I've walked quite a distance now and I've got to get back to the car before my ticket runs out. Right, I did have a few perch following my lure in this spot earlier, so I'm going to give this another few casts. Like I said, I'm making my way back towards the car now, but it's going to sweep over areas I've already tried and hopefully nick up another one before we get back. And I'm thinking I don't have the car tomorrow, but I might either bus it into Bath or sort out some way of getting back in and give this another go tomorrow. I really am impressed with this little rod and reel setup. It's perfect, and it didn't cost me anything really. So camouflaged. Right over there, there he goes, this is the heron. Off he goes. Sorry mate, stealing your fishing spot. Unfortunately the battery on the GoPro died just at the very end of the session. I had a few more casts on my way back, had several more fish follow the lures, but just didn't hook up, they weren't quite taking them. A lot of the fish were only this sort of size to be honest, and my lure was that size. I managed 3, but nothing massive. I still enjoyed it, and my first fish on the lure, so I'm really happy with that. But I was also in contact with a friend of mine, local person called Carl, and he was giving me advice on the stretch shots fish, and he's done a lot of fishing on it before. And as very kindly, I'm out with him on my way back from fishing. He's given me a load of little drop shot lures, or little rubber things, several hooks, different drop shotting weights, some line and things. And on top of that, he's also let me borrow his drop shotting rod and reel with everything set up for me, and all ready to go tomorrow. So I've still got half a pint of maggots which I didn't touch today, so I'm going to go tomorrow morning. I'm going to head into Bath fairly early and do probably about half an hour or so's float fishing just for a bit of fun, and then I'm going to get onto the drop shot rod and hopefully we'll catch a lot more perch. There's a lot of smaller fish in there, there's some decent ones in there as well of course, but there were so many fish following it that just weren't taking it, were a bit too shy. So I'm hoping that these smaller baits will trigger them to take the bait. That's the plan, and hopefully we'll have lots of fun catching some little perch. I've been watching a lot of videos on perch fishing, watching at the moment Totally Awesome Fishing. I'm sure a lot of you watch them. I watched some videos yesterday on perch fishing, just trying to get more of an idea of what I'm doing, as it's not my usual species, but there's no better way to learn than to do it yourself. So after watching all this and getting things ready, I will see you again tomorrow on the bank, where hopefully we'll have a lot more perch. Fish number 2. Oh, he's come off. Come here, buddy. Only a tiddler, but that's 2 small perch on the drop shot. Absolutely tiny, but perfect condition all the same. Off he goes. Oh, bugger. Perch on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a better size. Alright, buddy. Looks out. Finally, something a bit decent, better size. Happy days. Beautiful fish. I've got a snap on my phone. Finally had a decent sized one, and this really is last cast. I've got to go back and meet Mum and get the car. But I've walked probably a couple of miles today, had no luck anywhere. Come back to my very first swim, and every cast I was getting fish follow, so I should probably come back to this point at some point again. Because like I said, each cast I probably had 2 or 3 perch follow. I had a couple of perch taken on the weight, and they obviously thought that was something they could eat. And then I had a couple of fish take on the actual hook bait, picked them up out of the water, and then they dropped off. One of them dropped off on the bank, and the other one dropped off just before it came out. One more cast, genuinely have to go then. And then I finally had one at the end. Hold on, I've been casting it wrong. Line's twisted. Right, genuinely one last cast. And then I do have to shoot.